Love Island is back. 5 minutes of the episode starting, I already spotted who's going to be the season villain, who are going to be the strategic players, what couple's going to stress me out, and we in for a wild ride. I'm late. I am super late. I picked the worst show to want to cover for my first TikTok-y social media, YouTube debut, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the lingo, okay? But listen, let's get into it. So let me just break down to this chaotic cast very quick. First, we have Shelly. Shelly is 27, from Miami, living in Queens, New York right now, I believe. She gives main character energy. She's a Virgo, by the way. A lot of these star signs, the internet's conflicting. I'm seeing one information is this, but we're going to go by what the consensus said. Okay. So she gives main character energy from the jump, just very good energy, very like girl's girl. Like she's just not with the fake-ish. Okay. For her drama potential, I can see her like not really being anything. If anything, something lands on her plate, but I can just see like the men fawning over her. So she's probably going to be in some triangles. Yeah, she's going to be in something. Okay. So as far as her strategy goes, I think that she's genuinely looking for a connection, but she is strategic. Okay. Being that she's a classic Virgo, she is going to be thinking about, her moves and like calculating it. She's not going to just be in a couple just to be safe. Like, I don't get that desperate energy from her at all. Like, she wants to do right for herself. Okay. So next we have Olandria. Olandria is 27, from Alabama, living in Houston right now. She works in the elevator industry. From the sources said that she's a Gemini. Okay. So already she gives me very confident, very just beautifully contained. She gives me grown woman energy, like just mature, like she got a good head on her shoulder, but she's not here to play games. Okay. Classic Gemini energy, as far as you never know what she's thinking, but she knows exactly what she's doing. I peeped that. Drama potential, very like just not, she's not here for the mess. I believe that she's probably going to be like, just calm and just calculated. I think for her strategy, she's here for something good, but she's not pressed. Like she's not like my man, my man, my man. Ooh, and can we retire that? My man, my man, my man. I hate that. Anyways, I feel like she's probably going to be the most strategic player in the game. I could be wrong, but that's how that's, what I think. So next we have Huda. Huda is 24. She is from Raleigh, North Carolina. She's a fitness coach. She is a Virgo. The sources said that she's a Virgo. She's also a mama bear to a 4-year-old girl. And off the rip, she gives me fun girl vibes, this good energy. But I'm not gonna lie, my stress radar went off a little early when Alandria was giving her a drink and she was just like, "Hey, bestie." And I was just like, maybe I'm old school where I feel like names mean something, like friend means something. Like I was just like, made me pause for a cause. But being those that she has a little bit of, well, she is a Virgo, I just get this vibe from her that she's gonna stress me out. I just get this vibe. I feel that she's not as carefree as she appears. Like she seems like very girl's girl and this, but I feel like there's some hidden layers and her other personality is going to come out. As far as drama potential, I feel like it's going to be very high. I feel like it's going to be very, very high. I just foresee her moving fast, getting in something too quickly, and she might spiral if the feelings are not matched. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I do think she's here for love. But also a little part of me feels that she might be seeking some sort of like validation as well. Okay. Um, so that's what I think so far. And that's Huda. So who do we have next? We have Bella. Bella is so cute. She is 22. She's from Hawaii. She works at her family's coffee shop. She gives me just very bold, fun, quirky Leo energy. She is the youngest in the villa. I believe she is the youngest in the villa, completely the youngest. She gives me coffee shop barista vibes because she does work at her parents' coffee shop, but also she gives me camp counselor. And she's a proud Christian. She gives me just Bible camp counselor. We're gonna go with that. So my first thought was like, girl, I don't know if this show's for you. I'm worried for Bella. I don't think this is the right show for her. Maybe Farmers had a wife, Farmers want a wife, whatever it's called, but I don't know. But I think the drama, she's not going to get into much drama. I do feel like her strategies, like she's actually looking for something genuine. She will believe in the process. She will take things slow, and would probably kind of scale back because of her values. But this is a fast-paced villa, and her feelings might get hurt. So I'm worried for her. Just off rip, I like her, but I'm worried for her. So who do we have next? We have Yulisa. Yulisa is 27. She's from Miami. I think she has um, like a mobile bar business. Child something. She works in hospitality. She is a proud Latina. She said that she's Cuban. She's a Miami Cuban, and that's a story for another day. As someone that is originally from New York and someone that lived in Florida, I'm a completely different state now. I know I know my Miami Cubans. They are a league of their own, okay? Shout out to my Cubans. So I'm gonna pretend like as if I didn't hear any discord about Ulisa on the internet. Again, I've been trying very hard to ignore the tiki-talkies, the internet, the outer net. Just from her personality, I can tell that she is vibrant. She's here to play the game. She's not here to make any friends. She's also a Taurus, so she is going to go exactly for what she wants. She's probably going to have a good eye, like this is what I want and I'm going to go after that. So very bold, assertive and like unbothered. As far as her drama, maybe medium, she might like ruffle feathers, but she gives like if you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. She kind of gives me that type of energy. So as far as her strategy, it's a game and she's here to play, and that's that. So Lisa, she might be a little bit of a wild card, but let's kind of see what happens. So then we have our little intermission after girls make their appearance. Ariana comes in. Ariana looks good. Okay. She looks good. She looks good coming in. Just body tea. Like Ariana, for the girls over 40, I'm not over 40. But when I get over 40, I want to look like Ariana. Okay. So she comes in asking the girls, like, what are they looking for? And, Alondria and Shelly, they give like, very, like, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. And Yulisa mentioned that she was her 9-year relationship. I felt like we heard the 9-year relationship in her intro. We heard the 9-year we're going to hear about this 9-year relationship. And I was like, girl, okay, I hope you did some healing. I hope you did some healing. And Huda is like, she likes a pretty face. Girl, I understand. I understand. I get it. But, just, it's a little immature. especially just, but, who am I to judge? So, anyways, so we kind of get a good understanding of the girls, what they're looking for, what their intentions, and then it sets the stage for the boys to arrive. All right, so who comes in? First, we have Ace. Ace is 22 from and lives in LA. He is a famous TikToker, dancer, choreographer, content creator, the whole shebang. 22 from Leo. Off rip, when Ace and Nick they walked in together, they gave very confident energy. They both looked very handsome. Like they didn't come here to play. Again, production, I know what you did. I know why they chose them to like start off the entrance with the guys. Like I peep game because they both exude good energy and confidence. So let me pause on Ace for a second. I feel that Ace, he comes across as entertaining, obviously charming, a funny side, but also he might come to entertain first and love is second. What made me pause is that he is 22. And you have Shelly and the girls are like 20, 25, 27. So I'm just like, I don't know about this age, but we can't judge. So potential, very high drama, very high drama. I feel like he is going to be in some drama. I keep saying drama. I don't think that he's necessarily messy on purpose, but if you're 22, you look good, you're young, chaos will follow. Okay. So I also get the energy for him that he plays too cool for school and he's very camera aware as well. So there was a whole thing, elephant in a room, that him and Shelly met each other in New York and they follow each other on socials, whatever the case is. I know that was purposely not left out because that's gonna plague us, their storyline. Um, I already know that was a setup, for something to come. So let's see how the cookie crumbles. So next we have Nicholas. I call Nicholas Sneaky Pete. We'll get there. He is 24. He's from Jacksonville. He's actually a nurse, um, in a Pisces, and he models as well. He's been to, let me look at my notes, 44 countries. He's an observer. He gives me like laid back, but he's watching everything. He's watching everything. He's clocking anyone. He gives me wild card energy. Like I don't know what to exactly expect with him. I mean, for him or with him, for whatever. But drama potential medium. And the reason why I say that is that he likes options and he's going to want to explore those options. You know what I mean? Okay. So I feel like his quiet energy can be very deceiving and there's going to be a lot more to come with him. Okay, so we have Taylor. So Taylor is 24 from Oklahoma. He's a model, he's a vet student, he's a Sagittarius. Um, I'm sorry, but why did Taylor come galloping in like this was Yellowstone? I love to see it. I love to see it. Um, it just made me laugh so much. I was just like, hold up, did he just come in? He came in, he came in happy. So again, he models, he's a vet student, he competes in rodeos. Heard he also models for Louis Vuitton, good for him. He gives me genuine country boy. Like, yes, ma'am. No drama coming from him. If anything, he gives me problem solver. Like he wants to smooth things over. I feel like everyone is gonna probably end up talking to him. Like he's gonna probably be like that go-to person that anybody can talk to about anything. I believe that he is here for something real. He will move with intention. Yeah, when he's locked in, he's locked in. So that's that. Okay, I don't even have any notes for Austin. Well, Austin is 22. He is 22. He is from Northville, Michigan. But he actually lives in Florida, works as a pool boy. Austin, he gives me quirky, very quirky, just fun energy. Like he hides behind the jokes, he keeps it surface level. He's a Capricorn, I believe, or a Pisces. I don't know. I've gotten conflicting information, but I feel that he could get in some drama, but I feel Austin kind of gives me he comes across as a little anxious, a little anxious. Like I feel like he'll probably be the one to crash out sooner out of the guys, if anything. I don't know. I just get that energy. I get that vibe. So that's that for Austin. Now we have Jeremiah. We have Jeremiah Fortnite Brown. Okay. Jeremiah is 25. I feel like he's from Seattle, but he lives in LA right now, works as a model and a caterer. He comes in like he just saunters in like a smooth player. And I feel like he is going to cause a lot of drama. Apparently, he's been in 3 dating shows. That's what the sources have said. But I feel like drama potential, yeah, it's going to be high. It's going to be high. And I feel that he wants to seem like he's genuine and he's emotionally available, but he could be just playing the character. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So what happens? So the next thing you know, it's time for the couple ceremony. So Ariana comes out and says, like, this gives the ladies a chance to choose their partners. So women, so the guys go up and they stand on little podiums, okay? Um, they on the podiums, and each girl, it's called Lady Luck. So there's a name that draws out. The girls get to choose, okay, who decides to go and how do they go pick their partners, whatever the case is. So what they have to do is pick 2 guys of their choice. They make out with them, whatever the case is, and then they choose their partner. Okay, I already know there's a twist coming. So Shelly, she goes, kisses Austin, and then Ace. She picks Ace. Not surprised. Huda kisses Jeremiah and Ace. She sides with Jeremiah. As soon as she walks over to Jeremiah, she's like, "Hi, baby." I'm like, "Girl." Ah. I'm like, "Ooh." Too much too soon. So Bella, our camp counselor, she gives Nick and Taylor a kiss on their cheek, and she ends up choosing Nick. Okay. Ulisa, she goes for Jeremiah and Ace, and so since she's the last one to go, she still has the option to steal somebody away. So she ends up stealing Ace. I'm just not surprised. I'm just not surprised. It's like this was bound to happen. So the next thing, the couples are having their initial conversation. Ace, from Ace's body language, he didn't really seem interested in Elisa, and he does end up saying how the spark is not there. I'm like, that already told me enough. I already know what he's trying to say. Shelly and Austin, well, Shelly is making the best of it, but I can tell, like, that definitely wasn't her first choice. Who do we have next? Taylor and Olandria, they have good chemistry, very chill, very flirty. Like, I see it for them. Okay. Bella and Nick are cute, but it's not gonna last. I'm not waiting for the camp counselor shenanigans, and until the first opportunity comes, I am off this train. That's the energy I'm getting from Nick. So Bella, so Huda and Jeremiah, they're vibing, they're talking, and there is a point that one of the guys came over and was like, "Hey, like, we need to have like a guys meeting," and they're saying bye to each other. And she goes like, "Love you, bye." Obviously, it was a slip. It was a little slip. She didn't mean to say it, but I was like, "Girl, just okay." All right. So, the night ends well. Everybody goes to bed. One of my favorite parts of Love Island is when they go to bed and when they wake up in the morning and get dressed. I don't know. It's weird, but I just like it. I think it's cute. we're in the daytime. So in the daytime, they're all vibing, they're just having a good time. Shelly and Austin are having a chat by the pool. I think Shelly, you know what, Austin is actually just from his body language and what he's saying, I feel like he does like her and wants to at least start something with her. But I can tell Shelly's like, she has Ace, in the back of her mind. So Jeremiah and Huda, they chat. And then our resident country cousins, Taylor and Olandria, they're vibing. They have good banter. They talking about fishing and enchiladas. Fishing and enchiladas. Like, I love that for them. I love that for them. Again, it's too early because, people just be disappointing. So, they have the segment ends and they switch over to nighttime. The girls are getting ready. And then Ariana comes back. And now it's something called like a blindfold kiss game. But of course, it's with a twist. And I'm going to get into that later. They all blindfold themselves. They have an option of kissing someone that is outside of their couple. Like no face, no case. Okay? No face, no case. Nick raises his hand. Nick is partnered with Bella. Nick is like, I want in. Okay, so he kisses Olandria. Oh my goodness. That was steamy. Oh, pause. When the coupling ceremony happened and Olandria went to go kiss Nick, um, obviously they weren't blind, they knew each other. But it's so funny. She was like, oh, that kiss had a little spice to it, had a little seasoning. Like, I'm living for Olandria. I'm living for her. Just the funny, just ad libs her and Taylor be having. I know I'm gonna be looking forward to it this entire season. Anyways, going back. So Nick kisses Olandria, okay, because he was thinking about her. Ace kisses Shelly and Huda, whatever. Olandria goes and kiss Ace. Okay, all right. So, everybody's just, just trying to get it in. So the next thing what's Love Island without a twist? The next thing you know, we have us, the viewers, is revealed that we have two mystery bombshells come in, okay? So we have Charlie, who is 27 from the UK. He's a model, and I believe he was on reality TV, over the pond. And then we have Sierra. She's 25. She's from Arizona. Believe she works in brand partnership or talent management, whatever the case is. So those are our first bombshells of the season. Beautiful, handsome. I already know it's gonna be drama. I just felt it with them coming in, especially with Sierra coming in with like her black leather dress. She didn't come to play. She didn't come to play. Okay, so I don't even get into who kisses. Charlie kisses everybody. Sierra just kisses everybody. Okay? There was nothing left to be imagined. Ariana asked them to re-blindfold, raise their hands if they're curious to know if they want to meet the mystery kissers. Then that's when they're like, oh shit, like there's some bombshells. Like they didn't realize there were some people added to the game. So Ariana then reveals to them that they actually kissed bombshells. And she asks them to raise their hands, put their blindfold back, raise their hands if they're curious to meet their mystery kissers. Okay. Then the show ends on a cliffhanger. Yes. Good. That's exactly what we wanted. This is how a premiere should go. This is a soft launch into chaos. Okay. Like, great. What I love about the show so far is I feel like this cast has its own vibe, its own energy. I don't like to compare previous cast members or previous seasons. Like, I don't like to do that. I want to get into a vibe check-in. This is where I'm at right now. I'm gonna just go off the dome of my head. Main character energy, definitely Shelly. She gives me that 100%. Who's gonna stress me out? Definitely it's gonna be Huda. Okay? The most strategic is going to probably be Olandria. She gives me she's sharp energy. Plotting and scheming, Nick, Jeremiah, and Ace. Okay? Agents of Chaos is going to be Ace and Huda. Early favorite couple so far, too early to tell, but Orlandria and Taylor, I like their vibe so far. I feel like the biggest wild card is going to be Ace. It could be a slow burn or it could just be like a damn storm. And who's in danger? Bella. Bella's in danger. She's in danger. Already episode 1, it's not looking too good for her. Okay? I'm just saying. So, again, the villa's open. The vibes are going to shift. I'm going to be here. Are you going to be here? Because I'm going to be here watching the show. Okay? So drop in the comments, who are you liking so far? Who are you not liking so far? Actually, no. We don't want to be negative. Who are you liking so far? Who do you think is going to be an agent of chaos? Like, who do you think is in trouble? I think Bella's in danger. Okay? Who do you think is in danger? Okay? So like and subscribe. We got 6 weeks of chaos ahead of us. And yeah, I'll be back for episode 2. Bye.